So how was it like with My Chemical Romance?
It was awesome. They're my buddies.
What song means the most to you for them?
What?
What song means the most to you for My Chemical Romance?
Cancer.
So how did you get joined into that band?
You know, I've known them. Reggie took MCR out when they were a baby band.
Oh, wow.
And Gerard and myself became such good friends that when they needed a keyboard player, they called me.
That must have been amazing.
Yeah, it was great. It was a fucking wild, wild ride, man.
Will you guys ever do a reunion, My Chemical Romance?
I would say probably at some point, just not anytime in the near future.
They're all still friends?
Yeah, everybody still talks. Ray's coming to LA, Gerard's coming to LA, Frankie will be at New York. So
how's their side projects going?
good. Everybody, you know, Frankie and I have a thing called Decibels that we're doing that it's basically done. Should be out probably this summer. And then Ray's stuff, I just did some keyboard stuff for him. And Gerard, he's the secret keeper, so I don't know anything about his. But.
So Decibels, how'd you put that band together in the year for the demo CD?
Because we were living together in LA when we were working on the record that's never coming out, but has a song on the greatest hits. And I have all these electronic songs on my computer, and Frank just started screaming to him, and it was like, hey, right on, let's put this out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's still in Jersey, and I'm in Long Island, so we still get together like once a week and work on stuff. And
then your old bands was it Coalescence?
Coalesce.
Yeah, Coalescence. How'd you put that band together in demo CD?
That, just, I don't know, a bunch of dudes playing hardcore music, getting in a van when we were like 18 years old, driving around the country.
Would you ever do a reunion for them?
They're still kind of together. Like when I started playing with MCR, I had to stop pretty much doing everything else. But like everybody's got like 4 kids each, so there's like 16 kids between the 4 dudes in the band. But you know, you never know.
When was the demo CD made in for them, and what song means the most to you for that band?
That demo was back in like 1994.
Oh wow!
And my favorite Coalesce song is probably Cowards.com.
What's it about?
It's about fucking dudes on the internet talking shit and then not being able to back it up.
And I know your old bands were Prime of Life, Mats, Mailbox, and Trip Doll. How'd you get those names in the demo CD year?
Wow, you know everything. Prime of Life was a name by like the guitar player Conrad. We were like in 8th grade. Trip Doll, I don't remember. That was the bass player Jeff. The Matt band was because everybody in the band's name was Matt. My middle name's Matthew.
And Mailbox?
Mailbox was because 2 members of the band were mailmen.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what about the year for the demo CDs and the songs that meant the most to you for them?
Well, it was weird because the Matt band songs became Mailbox songs.
Oh wow.
And Trip Doll songs, I can't remember the names of any of the songs. It was weird because I was the drummer in that band, and then in Matt band I was the singer guitar player, and Mailbox was the singer guitar player. I don't even remember the names of those songs. I'm a Ninja. That's the one I remember.
And I know for Prime of Life you had a song on the radio in a local radio station.
Yeah, called Unoccupied Chair.
How'd that get on the radio?
It was a contest for like local bands, and we were like 12 and 13 years old, and we sent it in, and it was funny because our singer's older brother was in a really popular band in Kansas City called Season to Risk, and his the little brother was in our band, and our song went up against their song, and their song obviously won, but it's still cool to hear us on the radio.
And then how about the Get Up Kids and Reggie and the Full Effect? How'd you get those names in the year for demo CDs?
I was trying to help a friend's band name his band, and that's where Reggie came from. Because I was like, how about this? And he was like, no. I was like, how about this? No. How about this? No. And I was like, well, then I'm going to use it. But Get Up Kids, they got that name from a Superchunk song.
And would you guys ever do a reunion?
Oh, we're still playing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We still do shows.
And what year were your demo CDs made in for both of them, and songs mean the most to you?
95. And probably I'll Catch You is the name of the song.
And how'd you start out? Like a singer, guitarist, drummer?
I started out playing piano first when I was like 7, and then switched to drums when I was 11, then sang. And just from playing piano, I've kind of picked up guitar, then I took cello.
Wow.
And then started playing like brass. Like my brother played trombone, so I had access to one and took a couple lessons. But then I've just, continually played all these different instruments like for almost, oh God, I don't know, almost 30 years now.
So your old bands, do you have any of the CDs or cassette tapes made from them anymore?
No.
And did you see any Frank Aero's old bands?
Did I see any of them?
Yeah.
Nah, just the only one was MCR when I first met him when they were opening for Reggie.
That must have been amazing.
It was fun.
And are there any specific concerts that changed your life and said, wow, I want to be a musician?
Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins. The day that the day that Siamese Dream came out, I saw them play.
Wow.
In Liberty Hall in Lawrence, Kansas, and it was amazing. And then Radiohead, I saw play at the Bottleneck in Lawrence in front of like 200 people, and it was amazing. I don't know, so many. Being that young, like, used to go to a lot of shows. Yeah. And I would go see shows at this place called the Outhouse in Lawrence, Kansas, and saw like 7 Seconds and Pantera.
Oh, wow.
And just amazing Descendants. Like, just awesome stuff.
And what was the first song you wrote for Reggie in the Full Effect?
Brandy's birthday song.
What's that one about?
It's about how my friend Brandy turned 21 and her husband/boyfriend wouldn't come pick her up and take her out for her 21st birthday. Oh, wow. And your first shows for your bands? All over the place, man. I think Reggie's first show was actually at Coos Cafe in California. Get Up Kids, I don't know. Coalesce, I don't know. Kansas City somewhere. Usually this dude named Esteban's house.
And all your old bands, would you ever do reunions with them?
Nah.
Are you friends with all of them?
On Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, I live in New York. They all live in Liberty, Missouri. So it's, I rarely ever get a chance to go back and say hi.
And
but
how did it feel getting signed again to a new label?
I'm not signed. I did a licensing deal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I own my record and stuff, and then, I license it out for them to press it and everything, and then we just, work it out that way.
And your album was the last one that Ed Rose worked on, so how'd that feel?
Oh, it was great. It was a good way to, Ed agreed. It was a nice way to end the Black Lodge, was, to end it with a Reggie record, because it left everything on such a high positive note.
So how was the recording process for the current album, No Country for Old Musicians?
Easy. I did most of it at my house.
Oh, wow.
And then took the files to Ed, and then we did the main stuff at the studio.
And did you participate in any of the My Chemical Romance recordings?
Yeah. All the live recordings.
Yeah.
And then the whole record that just got scrapped.
Yeah.
Which, the new song's on the Greatest Hits thing. It's called Fake Your Death.
Yeah. And then Conventional Weapons?
No, actually, I was out with Get Up Kids when that was taking place, so.
So the album that got scrapped will ever be released?
It's up to Gerard.
And in 9 Volt Heart, have you ever got to hear it?
Oh, yeah, of course. Like, all the stuff that, is like done, is shit that Ray would play for me. So.
Oh, wow, that must have been incredible.
It's cool. I'm always supportive of all my friends and all the stuff that they're working on.
So what made you decide to do Reggie in Full Effect again?
Well, I had tons of songs from living in LA for a year. So it was like, when I moved back to New York, I was like, oh, I should just finish this Reggie record.
So when do you think the next Get Up Kids tour will be?
Probably sometime either in the fall or spring.
You guys are working on a new album?
Maybe.
Oh, wow. Well, I definitely can't wait. And so you think My Chemical Romance reunion will be like 3 or 4 years probably from now?
I really can't say. I don't know. I don't want to give anybody false hope.
Oh.
Whatever Gerard decides.
And
Yeah.
who were some of the guest musicians on the current album?
On Reggie's?
Yeah.
Adam from Taking Back Sunday, Allison Weiss, Sean from Coalesce, Matt from the Get Up Kids, Ray from MCR, Frank from MCR.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a few.
And have you ever done any Reggie in the Full Effect songs acoustic?
Yeah, I can play them all on piano just fine. I
Oh.
write them all on piano, so.
And the music video concepts, did you come up with all of them?
Yeah, those are mine.
How'd you come up with those?
Sitting around.
And what's the craziest thing that's ever happened on tour?
I can't talk about that kind of shit.
Oh.
Yeah, some pretty wild stuff. I mean, it was, there's been some pretty epic moments.
And are you ever going to have your own record label?
No, I have no interest in that. Like, it's just, I like being in my role as a songwriter.
Well, thanks. You're inspiration to me.
Oh, thank you, man. Here's your book
Thanks,
bag.
man.